What's up, motherfuckers? This week's episode of Deck Chair and Yumz podcast is brought to you by Deck Chair and Yumz live at the Mandela Hall on the 20th of May. What about that for fucking smooth? Was that
whoop, whoop.
So you're very welcome back to another week of the Deck Chair and Yumz podcast. We're joined today by the co-hosts of Wee Titbits.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
Kerry and Noreen. You're very welcome.
Thank you very much for having us.
Connor.
You are the first non-comedians we've had on this podcast,
Oh, there
as
you
well
are.
as the first non-male
I was just
guest
thinking,
on the podcast. Now,
We're very privileged, aren't we?
I was thinking, in fairness, woman hasn't been in here in a while, anyway.
well, yeah, there's
only
you're
joking.
sitting in Mickey's flaky seat. I don't want to break it up to you.
I
Yeah,
don't even want to think about what he's done on here.
no, it's usually just shedding. So
I was wondering what that smell was whenever you sat down.
that's Mickey's moisturizer. So if you find yourself slipping off the sofa, that's what it is. It's just his aloe vera.
Wouldn't be first for me, to be fair, slipping off sofa.
Here we go. Now, so behave yourselves. Now you're on the deck
Just
chair.
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. So stop it now, because you're
Okay,
on the Deck Chair
sorry.
and Yumz podcast, and we don't do any dirty stuff on this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, we're away then.
I've listened to the podcast.
No, yeah. So Wee Titbits. No, it's not. You are the first females on on a podcast, but you're not the first set of breasts on the podcast. Obviously,
Okay,
myself
yourself.
and Mickey
Breasticles.
we have been we've been representing quite a lot actually.
Well, at least we're wearing
No,
bras, so they're looking
You're
like
right.
they
Well,
should
we
be there,
don't. We just
where
let
they
them
should
flap.
be.
We just think we're quite feminist in that approach.
Yeah.
We just think we shouldn't have to wear.
Just
a bra.
let it all hang out, eh?
I'm trying to think actually the other guests. Yeah, Geddes, Moobs,
Yeah,
McCarney, Moobs, McCann, Moobs.
Anybody who hasn't had any?
Tom Stade is the only one who hasn't, but he's got droopy moobs because
Oh, has
he's
he?
old.
Older. Spaniel's ears.
So tell us, you this podcast that you have started. So how many episodes are you in?
22nd there, just.
Wow,
Yeah,
22nd
yeah,
already. So this came
22nd.
about after the fantastic training you received.
Exactly.
The workshop, yes.
Podcast workshop run by myself.
By yourself, yeah. That's it.
And so yeah, you started up in the room that we used to be
Yeah,
in. So where Deck
the
Chair and
room
Yumz
of
started,
legends, you know.
yeah, the room where all that madness happened during lockdown. Every pod quiz we did, every episode we did, where there was even illegals consumed, legals and illegals. There was a lot of
those
stuff.
walls could talk.
Oh my lord! So yeah,
They
so
do. Basically.
Yeah, true that.
so how do you find this so far?
Yeah, really good. Really enjoying it. We sort
Aye.
of, because like Noreen and I have been friends for years, and we sort of go out for walks and different stuff. And I've been saying, like, realize how lucky we are to have, you know, a few friends in our lives that maybe have gone through similar situations, or we can talk about things together and help each other through it. And people have always said to me whenever like I tell stories about my life, and they're like, "Oh, you should put that in a book or whatever." But
You could write a book.
or many,
absolutely.
but I couldn't be arsed because it's too much time. You know what I mean? But it's just
Can't
not.
spell.
Let's do that's it too.
You fucking can't spell.
I can be a teacher, like.
And she
So
fucking
hold on,
doesn't
you're-
know words that, like, she...
So you can't spell, but you're a teacher.
Yeah, well, I can spell, like.
I don't know how
5
many
letter
times
words.
I have to correct her in the
I know,
pronunciation.
I'm
of
well
words,
bad
like,
at pronouncing things too. Like,
so
just
funny.
in my head, it's like pedestal.
Pedestal.
I thought of pedestal all my life. Why does somebody correct me earlier on in my life, and then I would know
Well, you
these
see,
things?
now don't say that, because my wife would sometimes make words up, and she doesn't like to be corrected. So don't say why doesn't it? You know what I mean? So don't.
Well, I thought a pedestal was like, you know, putting somebody up on a stool. You know,
Literally.
like, you know, that's what I thought it was called.
Listen,
Simple.
it's every day's a school day, isn't it? Right?
But anyway,
All the bright ideas come from Kerry, so they do. She's like,
Right,
here,
okay.
Noreen, what about doing this here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you fucking serious, Kerry? Come on.
and then she loves it, like.
And now you're flat out. Now you're
Well,
23
that's it.
episodes in,
Yeah.
and you're looking loving it.
Well, it was sort of like the idea was like, especially after COVID and stuff, a lot of people haven't really reconnected like they would have, or they would have haven't gone out more and that kind of thing. So we were thinking, even if we did one a month of like drinking in the house, do you know what I mean? Like, and having the
See,
crack.
everybody
chats,
thinks that's going to be good.
Yeah.
So I can tell you now from experience, it's not.
It's not.
No.
Alcohol and trying to be funny, because you think you're hilarious.
Well,
But people listening don't. We've had it on with Mickey. Have you ever seen Carlos Emphysema?
no.
Go and check out Carlos Emphysema. Do you see what alcohol can do to a podcast? Have you listened to our live podcast from the Black Box?
Yeah.
I had to listen back the next day because I didn't know what
what
happened
you
the second
said.
half.
Well, I have to do that anyway because I never remember what we ramble on about.
we don't.
Anyway.
No, that's okay. It takes a wee while, but when I hear to go, oh, yeah, remember that? I actually listened and went, I do not
remember a
have
thing.
any
No
recollection of
way.
that at all. Yeah,
Because
so,
we were always like, okay, we'll leave it there, and then we start flipping, chatting about something else, and then we're like, okay, we like really need to stop talking now.
But no, it's really good because we just talk about everyday things. Like yourself, you thought whenever you were coming on, it was just going to be talking about ladies' things, but that's not what it's about. Do you know what I mean? It's just loads of general stuff, and we do talk about some serious things, but we laugh about it and not make light of it, but help people realize that
There's
shit
a positive-
happens. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Try and take
The
the
old-
positive out of.
the old equation, tragedy plus time equals comedy.
Exactly.
So
you know what I
eventually
mean?
you can
So,
look back. It's never funny at the time.
No.
But looking back at it, you can
It is.
you have to be able to. So that's pretty much a recipe for stand up. So we're going to see he's on the stage anytime soon. Is
Kerry's,
don't-
that's Kerry's next.
Is that your bucket list type
venture,
thing? Is
yeah.
it?
Maybe, yeah, because I
Challenge.
don't like things that, like, no harm I would shit a brick, like. I know rightly I would, like, and I don't shit well often, so, do you know, it would be a big brick.
All our conversations turn to shit.
No, they
here,
don't.
listen.
They do.
Well, you're on the
right
correct
sofa.
You're on the correct podcast. Because let's be honest, Bartlett does not but talk about his shits
And
and
he
his
farts
farts.
non-stop.
And he farts during the podcast. He doesn't give a fuck. So, let's be honest. I mean, are any of the two hungover at the moment?
No.
No.
So you're not really keeping in the theme of the podcast.
Okay,
you know,
sorry.
normally we need to have a hungover
Didn't get that
person.
memo.
No, if we friggin'
Mickey doesn't
win.
get that memo either because he still seems to turn up every week
We
hungover.
have kids to get to school this morning. If it was yesterday or Sunday, maybe
I might have been a different story.
Maybe not
Bank
throw in the
holiday.
pub first for a couple of hours.
But you're saying you don't drop the kids off too often?
Just every morning.
Okay, that's good. Just every morning.
So it would be a very big brick. But no, I just don't like things that I'm scared of doing and then not doing it. I just don't like to have regrets.
Right, okay.
So I'm thinking, because we said at the beginning of the year that
But
every...
I mean, you can't really apply that to. Jeez, you can't really apply that to everything. I mean, you can't just look at something and go, "That scares me," so I want to do it. I mean,
Why
like,
not?
well, if you look at somebody doing brain surgery, you go, "Fuck, I was scared of shit of me, but I want to do it." Do you know what I mean? It's not the
reason,
same.
like, within reason, for fuck's sake, I would make a go at it. Like,
You fucking what?
If somebody let you have a go and
I
test
love
it out,
watching
right?
all those shows when they're cutting up people, and you know, it's like,
Not
really interesting.
real.
No, some of them are.
Oh, the
like-
documentary stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it is interesting, that stuff. Like,
is.
It is.
But I
Bit of
was-
training
I
behind it too. In
was-
fairness, there's a wee bit of training.
Just
a wee
slightly.
bit,
They're
yeah.
a wee bit, but no, let's face it, school, like, wouldn't have had the time to study as much as that.
No, not academically.
No, I could have
And-
done it, like,
And you're a what do you do now?
I'm a teacher.
Teacher.
Secondary school, though, that's different.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
No. Earlier on, when you said you didn't understand 5-letter words, I was like, "That's grand because you're only in primary school."
No.
But you're actually secondary
Jesus
school.
Christ, you've seen the stuff the primary school kids have to do too. Holy
No.
crap.
I just dread the maths coming out.
See, I don't mind maths.
No.
No, never. Yeah. That's-
English is my forte. Maths.
Oh, sure, she was on we went to quizzes and everything, representing the
competed,
county
yeah.
and all this.
Credit union
That's
quizzes.
right. I remember. Yes, right. So me and Noreen, we're the same age.
Yes,
She's older.
she is.
Only by a little bit,
Still older.
Still older, like
Still
in fairness.
older,
Like,
yeah.
so
but look younger.
I can't really argue with that in fairness.
Must be all that advice I give you over the years.
Must have been, yeah.
So tell us how did this come about? So I know you from
Right.
school. I know you
Yes.
from school as well. But I mean,
How did we become
you were
friends?
different school years, yeah. So where'd that?
Macros,
Macros.
Noma,
Ah,
we're
okay,
waitresses,
yes.
yeah.
Castle Street, OG.
Oh, you worked together
Yeah.
in there. Okay. So
Yeah.
you're talking. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that was like
20 odd years ago.
About 23, 24 years ago.
Wow, I
Yeah.
can just close the right way.
Yeah.
Not
No,
saying
we it was some crack now, let me tell you.
As to say it, we have the same kind of group of friends.
Yeah.
And we're all divorcees.
that.
We're
So
all
are
bad
you-
influences
so are
on
you
each other.
Are you both divorced?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I knew you. I didn't know you were. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I
Well,
was-
you're not really divorced, you're annulled.
Well, it's both then.
It's the same thing. Oh yeah. Hers is different because Jesus says it's okay.
Exactly.
But yours,
yeah.
yours like now you're going to hell.
She's
You're
done.
just, yeah.
It's not me, I didn't end it.
Thanks, Jesus, there.
Thanks, yeah.
You're dead on.
Mickey will forgive me though. It's
Mickey
all
will
right.
forgive you, yeah. Jesus won't. But so I didn't know that. So I mean, yeah. So that's
I was
obviously
married,
something.
18 months.
I thought you were going to say 18 months ago. No, 2010 I got married.
And-
And yeah, it lasted 18 months. 'cause he
Well,
was
I don't.
Cheating bastard.
All right, okay. Well, I was just going to say, I don't want to go into any. I don't need to go into any detail. But go on ahead. Tell us more. Tell us more.
Aye, and he was from Cavan too. So
Sure, old bastards
There
from
you go.
Cavan.
Right.
There's
says it all, doesn't it?
Nothing good ever come out of Cavan.
Only cows.
Sorry, not even that.
Not
Only
even
the roads out of it.
I used to have a joke that was the culture's favourite time of year.
What?
Cavan.
Cavan.
I knew you culture. You didn't even get that. We Tiny's making a joke and you didn't even get it.
But over here, listen, if it has to be explained, it's not a really
I
good
know,
joke.
I'm true that.
I'm only a part-time culture.
I do hear you.
See, this is this, we are in your territory, your original
Yes,
territory,
this
yes?
is my stomping ground.
You
I was
are
primary
originally
school.
from
yeah.
Fintona, yes.
Yeah, and I'm no relation to Mark McCarney.
Well, I didn't want to ask the question because I'm sure you get asked it all the time, but there's that many McCarneys around Fintona.
There is, there is.
Somewhere, you must be related somewhere along the line.
Like
Well,
fifth cousins or
probably are.
something.
Yeah.
21st removed. Like. But I don't know, like, any of his family, I don't think.
Oh, right, okay.
So-
There you are.
But yeah,
And
this is my territory.
tell me this then. So, what's it like being is it a divorcee? Is that what you're called?
I don't know, just fucking happy.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, I mean, going back into the dating world, like, I know for me,
Oh, man.
right, I think I'd be single the rest of my life. I don't think I could ever go back,
back to
into
that?
I was never in it. You know,
You're very-
we've been
Yeah,
together
yeah,
from
yeah,
very
yeah.
young, and so I've never been involved, and I don't, like, even, like,
Very lucky.
I've seen mates use Tinder.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's left. What's left? I don't know which one's
I
which.
don't know. It wrecks your head anyway. Noreen would know more.
Knowing what's
So swipe left is no.
No, okay.
And swipe
So-
right
Is right.
even
is
that sort of
yes.
thing, yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Because I couldn't even. You just there's no reason to have it on my phone, so it couldn't even be nosy.
Aye.
Because if you have it on your phone, it's only there for one reason. So I can't
True.
even. So
Oh, you get your eyes open, Connor.
is that right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right. This is the thing. This is I'd
You
be.
see loads of Japs eyes too. Don't you think madness like?
Oh my god.
So
it's
I
just
think yeah.
horrendous.
Don't know if that's politically correct, but we will.
Oh, is it not anymore now? Jesus, everything's not politically correct. What? I'm just saying. Well, that's what you call. What do you call it then? You're right. Okay, the pee hole. There's loads of pee holes, so you can edit that out. Then.
There's loads of them. Many is
What,
there?
penis pictures?
Aye, that's what I mean.
Why did you not just say that?
I know what you meant.
Aye.
But it's just, the whole phrase would maybe be something maybe we wouldn't.
Oh, okay
you know.
then. Yeah, yeah.
We'll find another name for it
Okay.
before the end of the episode.
Not one we want to look at. Put it that way.
So yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, me and Mickey have talked about this before. Now he has done it. I have never. Because obviously I would no need to, but I've never sent a dick pic in my lifetime.
But how would you like it,
Not
right?
even to your
that's
wife?
the thing. Not even. Why would it?
She sees it all the time.
As if she misses it. Let me see remind me what it looks like again. I'm like,
She could
I'm in work
fucking
here. Leave me alone.
She could draw a map of every fucking Farkas vein that's on it.
Every wee pubic hair.
Well, I hope it's not in the shaft. I'll be wrong.
It's a treasure map.
You can come pay me a visit, Connor, for your hairy.
Okay, this is descending into. But no, I Dick, would you? I don't need to go into the detail, but do you ever get unsolicited dick pics?
Oh yeah,
Always.
yeah.
That
Not
you-
now,
that you're-
thankfully.
That you're
'cause-
not like you haven't asked for. And
Yes.
Fuck
That's
off.
I mean, how would they
Yes,
like
of
it?
course.
Like if we just went, "Aye, here's my fanny," and sent a
They
picture.
fucking
like,
love it though.
They
That's
would
what they
fucking-
want.
I swear to God. And like,
No, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if the lighting was right.
I'm glad you lifted your leg because you're the one wearing trousers.
I know.
Don't. I'm
Jesus
too
Christ.
close. That's
That light's too bright.
I know, I'll just be pee. Hello.
waiting at the flaps of heaven.
Ready and waiting. No, like seriously, you would get the fucking these dick pics, and you're sort of like going. And what I used to just say back to them, because I was like, I didn't. Thanks for sending that to me. At least now I'm not going to waste my time on the little things, and just send it back because
Brilliant.
I'm just like.
What
you
do
know,
they expect the response to be? But it must
Oh my
have, like,
God, Jesus, you're so
That's-
like yeah.
in
they
their
just want
head,
you
they
to,
must
like,
think that a woman's going to go, "Oh my God, let me
Yeah.
get there yet." But
Yeah.
I don't.
But then
I
you
don't
see,
get
there
it.
are a lot of people who are just on Tinder to just hook up.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
But
so
even
it's like,
that's fine. But I mean, what I don't know.
I don't know, because like if that was done like in public, you'd be done for it. Like,
Yeah.
like you don't walk into a bar and like meet a man and then just be like, oh, here, whip it out there, like. And
I
that
know
is-
somebody who was arrested on Paddy's Day for taking a piss in the street.
But you've got to go.
He
You
was
got to
drunk
go.
and he went down an alleyway, but because it was out, and same thing. I
Yeah.
mean, now it's when you're fucking.
He
I
is.
was
He
going to
must
say.
have a wide big dick.
I was going to
If he
say
was
literally now
exposed.
the dicks are in your hand, but I don't mean in your hand literally. But you know what I mean?
yeah.
They're there.
I know.
And it's I just can't get my head
But then
around
the
it.
thing is, too, you be thinking to yourself at this stage, right? How many has this person sent?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And how
And do
many?
they take
doing it to
like, do they
everybody.
take different angles and stuff? Like, is it?
They're hot, always hiding it, and they're hot.
It depends on their
And, like,
body.
the-
It's that face. It's that face the way they're holding it.
Yeah, they may hold it up here and like makes it look bigger then.
And then I'm thinking to myself, how many takes did that get to make it look as?
And then they put it in black and white because then it doesn't show all the fucking varicose veins.
Oh, when you have. I never thought about filtered cocks. I know. Like, if you have to filter it, that means it's bad looking. Like, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
So
they're
if
not
it's-
the
if it's-
best looking. Well, no,
They're not the best looking things in the
penis
world,
not
are they?
too bad, but their scrotum, hey, it'll
Scrotum.
Scrotum.
Their
But
scrotum.
if so, automatically if it comes in black and white, you know that's definitely going to be.
Well, I don't know. I never actually thought of it in that detail, or maybe I
If
just
there's a
didn't
wee,
get many
if there's
because
a
I was
picture,
just like,
if there's a picture of a wee cow, you know they put a filter on it. You
no.
get rid of that too. Yeah,
Definitely
done.
not a cow, no. A bull, maybe I'm not a cow. Just,
Or the horny devil.
Because like this is the thing. I mean, we're of the same vintage. You know,
Yes.
in our early 40s, early 40s.
yes.
Very just past it. But I mean, the dating world for 40-year-old men. I don't know. Is it as difficult as a 40-year-old woman, or is it? Would it be the same sort of problems or scenarios? Do you think a man has it easier than a woman?
No,
in
you see,
dating?
No,
I
wouldn't
think,
say
right,
they
I think
would.
personally, and I've heard this said before too, if women are going out and they're looking the right, they're guaranteed to get it.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a
Oh,
doubt.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And the men are, well, they're not guaranteed to get it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's sort of,
If
as,
they've been bit with an ugly stick, no.
oh, God forgive you. You don't have to look at that head, like, to be
These lights definitely wouldn't
you
be
know, look,
on.
it's fireplace, you're poking the fire, like, no, it's
From behind.
This is going way off. Anyway, this is the
No,
usual.
here's the
sorry.
thing, right? You know, I'm trying not to hit all the cliches of, you know, just being pure filth out of
Aye.
women, but these aren't fucking helping things. But
No, this is
It's
true.
her.
See, I always get the blame, like.
yeah,
And
and yet
that's
she's the
bullshit.
one just said take
You
it from
know
behind.
her.
Like I just
I
heard her
know
there
her.
now. I just heard her say it
Yeah.
there now.
Like,
Yeah, she's fucking.
don't all there, I
broken.
tell you what. Get up
Brutal.
on a bicycle without a seat, hey. I'm only joking.
Oh, I'd love to see a first fight ever on the podcast. That'd be great. Is that what you call wee tidbits?
She's the wee ones.
Oh, not too bad. You've got
This
baboon.
is now the maddest, and then, like we've had some mad episodes now. This is getting to be.
I know, in fairness, like there's
It's
been.
my own fault for mentioning dick pics, but I
know.
it's
No, but
fascinating to me. But I
yeah,
genuinely
yeah.
am worried too because I have a daughter. And
Yeah,
I'm also
yeah, there is a
thinking,
serious side
like
to
there's
it
a
as
serious
well.
like what the fuck is wrong
But
with
I
men's
was
heads?
like you too. I was dating from a young age, right? And like it wasn't until I was separated, divorced, that there was the dating scene was back on. So all this online stuff and everything was just like,
See, that's where I be at. I'm
this
going.
is mental. And you would like honestly, like I wasn't on them my long because I couldn't be arsed.
It does your absolute fucking
It
head.
was
and
just
honestly,
all these sleaze, and
Yeah,
then you think, oh,
creeps.
somebody is nice, they're chatting, and the next thing, then I don't know if they have a few drinks in them or what, or they just decide to get horny, and then they'll like be messaging all this filth to you, and you're just like going, I haven't given you any
indication
that
of
this
Yeah.
is what I want. Fair enough if I started it or you threw me joking or something and went from there, but it's just like,
No.
it's the same shit, and there's no creativity, like,
Yeah, they're not even.
it's
yeah.
just like,
Bore.
change the record, like, and then
See, that's where the English language comes into play. You know what I mean? If you were strong at English, you could have fun. You know, you could have your
Oh, I would
your
have-
dirty talk could be more creative, lads.
yeah,
if you had
exactly,
your good English language thing
Or
sorted
they're
out,
just
yeah.
lazy.
Yeah, pure laziness.
Do you know what I mean? And a thing I found too as well was whenever the word got out that my marriage had ended.
The word got out that I was on heat.
I know, it was like, and I was like, let's face it, only a few years before menopause hits in and this starts drying out, so make it out there, like. But it was just like, I was just like,
That's what lubrication's for.
It's hard to beat the own juice. But it's like,
Sweet mother.
Excuse me.
Jesus, right?
anyway. And so it was just like, I don't know. I like to meet people, you know, because you can banter off people in that sense.
Well, yeah, there's
you get their vibe, you get about who they are. Do you know what I mean?
We come from a social, like, outgoing background.
Yeah,
Where
absolutely.
phones weren't
Traditional-
there
yeah,
whenever we were
no
growing up.
phones,
Like,
Absolutely.
you know, we like going out and meeting people.
But
and chatting to
you
people,
also
but-
do find that even just in general with social media, you've got people who are, you know, if you were to judge them on their posts on Facebook, you'd think they're complete fucking
oh, they're putting on their best
assholes.
life. Like.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, but even some of the people who are real,
Oh,
like
yeah.
trying to be
Keyboard
confrontational,
warriors.
yeah, but then you meet in real life and they're real timid. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of that
Aye,
vibe,
they
isn't it?
get-
Like,
yeah.
you know, you want to have, and that's why you need that human interaction. You're going to learn from somebody, but
For sure.
like we never really like. It's only the dating culture has only really come here
Yeah.
now.
And I actually never really went on any dates or met up with anybody from any of the apps. Like,
But even at that,
was
that's
just
new
like-
to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually, like, here's my story. I courted somebody in Sally's,
aye.
and then we got married. Do you know what I mean? There was no dates. There was no fine. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I could tell you, you could talk to 50 or 60% of women, and they'll say, that's pretty much how we met.
Yeah,
You know what
because
I
I
mean?
genuinely don't think I actually have ever been on like a first date as
No,
such.
Americans are very big into that with their first date, and even when they're
Yeah.
15 or 16, they come to the door and they come and you know,
Come to
take
the whore.
Come to the whore. Fucking Freudian slip there. There's a whore at the door, or a her at the door. But you know what I mean? We never had that. You never found
No.
out what the other person was like, or you know, it was just like, you want a Kurt?
That's
Done.
it.
Yeah.
And if it went well. I got
Yeah.
another one the next week.
And if it didn't happen
Then-
next week, you knew it was over.
That's it.
There was no texting to find
simple
out. There
as,
was
like,
no,
yeah.
yeah, there was no stories to
And
find
it
out.
was so good that there was no phones and cameras about either, like, to be fair.
So
And you meet,
Yeah.
you arranged to meet maybe in the town on a Saturday.
Arrange to meet in the town, or you were like,
do you remember that?
I'm leaving the
Even
house now.
Did you see trying to explain to like my daughter now about? She's like, "Well, how'd you meet each other?" And I was like, "Well, we said we'd be there 2:00 outside Boots." And she
Yeah.
was like, "But what if somebody was late?" And I was like, "Well, you stood there for 20 fucking minutes waiting until they were late."
Yeah.
I was like, "That was just."
Or you went to the coffee shop or
it's
something across the road and kept one eye out, like, to see
Shopper's
what was
Rest.
happening. The
You
Shopper's
just
Rest.
never. It just.
My
it's-
Boots
it's
was
com-
always the spot, wasn't it?
Yeah,
to
it's
meet
but it's
centre
just
town?
always. It's so alien to the young ones now
Aye.
that this idea that you would be standing around waiting for somebody. And I'm like,
somebody.
So
yeah, that's
impatient, like.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
and like
everything
even
has
the-
to be
yeah. And you always
fast.
had your places that you were guaranteed. If you just went in, you knew people that was going to be there,
Yeah.
and you could, you just don't have that anymore either now. Like it's
It's kind of it is dying out across the world. Even like there was a documentary recently about the American malls. You know the malls,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
where kids used to hang out. They're all dying. A
They're not
death.
doing
They're all
that
they're all
No.
dying out. And the town centres where young ones, it's all sort of dying out as well. You know,
and
there's
it
no,
is sad. Like,
it is sad because
a
that's
real
that human
good-
interaction, that friendships, and that's where
Yeah.
relationships are built. And many
And people looked out for each other more then too. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because you didn't have that ring up or text them or that kind of thing. It was like, no, we'll stick together and
You'll
we'll look out for
actually-
each
yeah.
other and that kind of a thing. Where now
Mind each
now
other,
that's
yeah.
not really a. It's like, oh, I've got my phone with me. Like, just text me when you're home.
Aye.
Do you know that kind of a
Not the
thing?
same
So.
at all.
So welcome to this episode of old people complaining about the days gone by.
But the days gone by.
But yeah, it is. I mean, it's a serious thing, and I've talked about this before, Mickey, because he's sort of been back and forth in the last maybe 8 years. He's had a couple of dips into the dating pool again.
Yeah.
And it's a wee bit different for him,
I bet
obviously,
he'd
because
be
he's.
flat out send dick pics.
He has sent them. He's told me now, and in fairness, he doesn't send unsolicited ones.
Yes.
He would be in a
He waits till
relationship
he
with somebody.
gets to that point,
he waits
yeah.
till they've asked for it, or I don't know. Do you even ask for? I don't know.
I've never asked for one. Have you?
No, I don't need to ask.
you get them.
This face.
You get them
See
without
those lips?
You get them without request. Yeah. So he has entered a few times, and I always thought, I don't know if I could do that again. Don't know if I
It's
could
hard
go-
work, and then
Yeah, it is.
the whole crack too. Then when you're out, it's like I know whenever I was out, if I ever was single any time we're out with friends, you're out to enjoy yourself and have the crack with your friends.
Yeah.
It was never like, if I don't get a Kurt at the end of the night, my life's over. Do you know what I
It's
mean?
the end of the world.
So
yeah.
it's like whenever any chance you got to go out with your friends or whatever in your 40s, it's like you're getting out for the night.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Yeah.
getting away from the kids, you're getting away from weekends. So it's like make the most of it. And you just, I would be friendly as and I would chat to people and chat to people. But a lot of people, like men, and maybe it's I don't know if women do it. I'm just from my perspective, but they just see that as a oh, she's chanting to me, so she must want something, or what's,
Yeah.
and you're just like going, no, I'm just
No,
being,
just being
friendly.
friendly.
Like,
Yeah, and that's I have the opposite of that.
you can't be arsed chatting.
No,
to people.
I be the same sort of thing, but it's the same
Yeah.
sort of vibe that the woman then thinks I'm trying to get off.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm not.
No.
I'm just having, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's
It's like,
good,
yeah.
because it's good to know it happens both. Like, people just, I think, as the way society is now, that human interaction really isn't there. It's not like just go out and chat to somebody.
Yeah.
That's why I love going away to places, because there's different people from all over the world, and you can chat. Do you know what I mean?
There's no
Yeah.
motive,
Yeah.
like with people from other
Whereas
parts.
your motive is just cock.
Mine?
Yeah, you were.
No.
Yes, your unrequested pictures. You're so, look at your face. You're so disgusted thinking of that. It was a joke, Noreen.
Well, that sank like a lead
she's
balloon.
fucking raging.
She loves
Or
cock.
she's thinking about cock. I don't know what it is.
Should have put a towel there on that sofa.
It's leather. It's all right. It's grand.
From emphysema.
As long as it's not fucking. As long as it's not cured.
I'm
I'll
just
say,
recovering from a chest infection, so
the sympathy is flowing. Yeah. So then, I mean, then you were talking about obviously both these being divorced,
Yeah.
different times in your lives or whatever.
I'm so
But
taking a beamer right now.
it's so red. It's all right. It's okay, Noreen. That's not the first time I've done that to somebody.
The colour of the
Yeah, so you're going to blend in there now. But yeah, I mean, so obviously that was a shit time, but that's why you mentioned on your podcast that's you went through the rough times and you're able to talk about it to people, because there are so many out there, male and female, who are going through relationship troubles and relationship issues, and you have sort of come on the other side of it.
It is still sort of like oh, did you hear they're getting a divorce? Still a bit taboo in our society, a wee bit, do you know what I mean? And it's sort of like people don't necessarily talk about it, or like if you're going through it and your family could be disgusted that you're getting a divorce, so you don't really have anybody to talk to about it. So it was sort of like, let's just talk like, and tell our stories and see if, if it relates to people or it helps people, then great, you know.
Yeah.
Things need to be more out and open.
Like we've between us, like we've been through an awful lot in our lives, like you know, it's different. Like I was a teenager when my parents broke up. You were in your early 20s, then like we were different stages in our lives. Like you were away traveling. You went off traveling. I stayed and did the traditional sort of like get married, have the kids, do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't have my kids till I was older.
Yeah, and well, like I got married at 24, had my first child when I was 30. And then the other one the year after, but it was sort of like, and then going through that whole process too, like fucking, you know yourself, kids are fucking hard work.
Highly overrated.
When you
Highly overrated. Yeah.
It's like the first fine, grand. It's like having a wee puppy. It's great to be dog, but the minute you go into the second, third, it's like fucking having a zoo.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's meant, like I love them the bits. I love my kids the bits.
Sounds like it.
It does. But it is hard work. But people don't want to say it's hard work. They're afraid to say, because in case they aren't thankful, or because I remember
It's also
saying
this thing too
blessed,
of
I'm blessed.
it's no different than the image we all try and put out on social media, and it's the same with parenting.
Yeah.
Trying to make out that you're the ideal parent.
Yeah.
And in reality
puts
is
so
it's
much pressure on
fucking
people.
hard work.
It
and
is.
you will fail on loads of things.
Oh.
Fucking loads of things.
But sure, because it's learning, it's new. You know what I mean? Of course you're gonna fail.
Everybody thinks then they get really down about it because I can't do this, or the child's do. You know.
Yeah.
Like, no, fucking, it's a hard job,
It
and
is.
just getting through it,
And I
surviving
think
it.
I think women put a lot of pressure on themselves being a mother. Oh, I need to try and breastfeed, or like I need to try and get back into shape, or do this. That. Like, first 2 months, just chill the fuck out.
Or a blur. It's all a blur.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you just, you know, why put yourself under pressure? And if anybody else is putting you under pressure or telling you should do it this way, that way, tell them fuck off. Take the child for 2 hours and let me go get a rest.
Yeah,
come
that's
back,
all it is.
do
yeah.
that. Do what you want to do with the child in those 2 hours and how you think it should be held and fed and talked to, and then I'll come back then and I'll, you know, be of sound mind to do it myself because I've had a bit of sleep.
Yeah, that's all. And nobody gives a fuck then once they pass that phase.
No.
Yeah.
Once they pass the you're not feeding them right now, nobody cares after they're 3. Nobody's giving me advice anymore.
No.
They just leave you alone. They're all full of advice in the first year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants to, like, oh no, I'm done now.
Done now, like.
Because that child can talk to me and can throw things at me, so I don't care.
I He's my wee man at the minute. It's freaking, the temper on him.
Is that right?
Oh,
Where do I get that from?
His dad. I would have a temper, but just in like the football pitch or something. Like I wouldn't be a fighter. Like I'm a lover, not a fighter.
You wouldn't be a fighter, but how many times have you been in a boxing ring?
Aye, but that's white collar nights. That's for charity. You know what I mean?
Just let
And I'm not going in to knock them out. I wait till they hit me to see how hard I can hit them. Then like
Then you knock them out.
no, it's only charity.
That's the
I just
Mickey.
get my
That's the
points
Mickey.
in, you know.
That's the Mickey special there. And just wait and see how soft they are, and then I'll bat their fucking. And poor McCarney's
fuck.
still in the red.
Is it? I swear I never laughed as much. McCarney was in here and held the wake for him.
I know. So we still have Jesus and Mickey still here,
Jesus,
yeah,
yeah, it
looking
was so
over us.
funny,
And
yeah.
actually, just when I was seen here, Noreen brought us snowballs. So thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Do you like them kind of
we've
buns?
no.
Well, it's one
tea
each,
making
other
facility.
two for us. You know, not the whole
Oh.
fours food. It was a share, like.
Oh, I was supposed to.
What are you doing?
I was supposed to get. I didn't. Think
Why would
that's-
you prefer to have the two balls?
I would rather have all four.
Oh, okay
Yeah.
then. There you
Right
are.
on, right in my face.
Licking the cream out of it.
Nev, see what I'm putting up on here? Like, you know what I mean? I'm looking at Nev because I know Nev can see me in that camera, but Nev, like, see what I'm putting up on? Like, what the fuck's wrong?
I was like, no comment.
So yes, 22 episodes in. So we're you are flying, and
Flying, yeah.
Getting
this
there.
is us even now. By the way, you had me on your podcast,
Uh-huh.
and I've had you on now, and that's you're done. You're never
Done.
allowed back in again. That's it.
Barred now. Never set foot in Fintna again.
She
What's-
was always here first, don't you?
In fairness, I know we're in her kingdom.
Her
I'm the one with
Queendom.
the WWF belt after all.
Have you a WWF belt? How'd you get that? Who'd you beat?
Alison Duffy. School formal.
Whoa, wow.
So you didn't fight her at the school formal?
No,
you
I
got the
got
belt
presented
then?
it at the school formal for a fight we had at school.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
Tut.
Now, Noreen, I don't want to cast aspersions on you, but you don't look like somebody I'd want to get in a fight with.
I'm from Fintna, you know.
You know, that's what I mean.
That's
Noreen.
exactly.
That's all I have to say to people. Do you know who I am? You know where I'm from. In the ghetto.
I was her in her corner for your white collar night, wasn't I?
Yes, you
Oh,
were.
you did the white collar as well?
The
I did.
Notorious.
Very, very good.
Yeah, notorious McCarney.
Notorious McCarney.
The Mac is back.
Mac is back.
Would you ever think of doing it again?
You
don't-
would. I don't think I would.
I don't know. Like I don't
getting
really have
hit
the
in
time
face.
to get that fit again. Like
With the
there's a lot of
boxing
training.
glove.
Yeah, there's a lot of
it
work.
is
in it.
wild, and then it's wild hard as a female to get somebody to fight you.
Yeah.
You know, because of they go by weight. Do you know what I mean? And I'm a big girl, so it's like hard
Sure, I
to.
know myself. Sure.
it's
That's
hard
why
work,
I
you
can't
know.
fight you.
But no, I enjoyed it. I didn't think I would because I play team sports. You know, you always have each other, you know, whatever. But the training was very good. Like it was unreal.
Deadly.
And then there was quite a few girls that were doing it. But then when we started doing the sparring in the ring, a lot of them dropped out because they didn't like getting hit.
Don't get hit in the face.
Aye, that's
It
the
is,
thing.
You
yeah,
know,
it's one of
and
those
then
things
trying
that's-
to control that sort of kind of thing too, technique, rather than just somebody hits and you're like, what the fuck?
Trying to
You
grab
know
her,
what I mean?
trying to grab her hair
haymakers,
through the
like,
boxing
The,
glove.
the haymakers.
Never been a hair puller ever. Going to
fight
fight
fair. You
properly.
fight fair, fight
yeah,
fair.
the fight fair. But it was all for charities, all for different
Yeah.
football clubs and stuff. I did 3, and I was going to do a 4th, but then I pulled my ligaments in my wrist, so it was sort of like,
That was a career over.
yeah, career over, you know. But they're good,
Retired at
like
your
good
peak,
crack.
retired at
Yeah,
your peak,
retired
yes.
racker O'Neill boys. Here comes the hot step, burn it up, the lyrical master, burn it up. That was me coming out the machine, you know.
Oh, I was thinking, I don't know what the fuck was happening. I was like, are you catching this in video? Because I don't know what's going on here.
That's your tune, yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
tune, boys.
It's the moves was the problem. I didn't know what
Well, you
was
see,
going
if
on.
gloves,
Yes.
there's not much you can do, like.
Yeah.
So dust yourself off and then boop, 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 boop.
Excellent. I must teach Mickey them.
Yeah, do I? I'll teach him. No point giving it secondhand information. Need to be taught right.
Well, so listen, what's the future plans for Wee Titbits?
Well, we're thinking of doing maybe.
I love you when you say we're. And I'm like, what? Wait.
I know. We were
What
thinking
are we
of-
thinking?
Yeah, well, we are thinking
Tell
of
me.
doing one like go down the Patreon line, obviously, and do the recordings properly and get them up there on YouTube and that. And
You're gonna go
then
video?
So much effort,
Yeah.
though. God.
See, you'll have to get yourselves looking pretty every day.
I'm telling you.
See,
but
you
sure
don't-
we do like.
this-
No,
Just
I am literally
enhance it
thrown
for this.
together.
Eh?
in our recordings, in fairness. I'm like,
But
you're
we're-
privileged. I washed my hair today, Connor.
Well, listen, I am in your camp, Noreen. I used to love non-video. I used to think it was fucking fantastic. And then video came along, I was like, fuck, now I have to brush my hair.
Fucking
I know.
Vidal Sassoon had our personal hairdresser at the house this morning.
Do my hair.
Can't do my hair. Fuck's sake.
What?
just
But
woke
you've
up
got the professional makeup on, like.
Well, she is.
Okay, wow.
Because
She's
you're a
a
professional.
professional makeup artist.
I just
yeah.
put mine on and I was like, fuck, I look orange. Need to take it off again. I was like, no.
You know when you've been
Look,
tangled.
we're hot woman. So, we don't have to.
No,
And
we
that's nothing to do
don't.
with menopause. That's just
No.
in general.
Yeah,
it's
just in general,
okay,
like we
right.
are. We're fine. But it's like, we made the effort today, obviously.
Of course,
did.
you're in.
We're in a professional podcast situation now.
with
and-
Pedro looking over you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? You
that's
got to
it.
keep
Yeah,
yourselves
yeah,
looking
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Go in there, Pedro.
Right, you love? Not too bad.
Don't touch him now, because Mikey will be upset if you touch
Will
him. Oh, yeah.
I'd be
Especially in the
afraid to
willy.
touch it anyway.
Especially in the willy.
Was there a willy? I can't see down that far.
Look at her, see. Getting all
He
excited.
said willy, and I was like, yeah, but that was annoying.
I know,
Forget
will
about it.
will I? Will he? But,
Willy.
no, I don't even know where it was, for fuck's sake.
This is.
What did you ask me?
I was asking what the future is.
Well, the future. So I was thinking then that we could do like maybe every 6 weeks or so we could do like a Friday night or a Saturday night live sort of
okay,
kind
yeah.
of a
Right. Okay.
all the mothers who can't get out of the house or if they're not going out and that kind of a thing to join us and have a few drinks with us while we're chatting shit.
To do it live.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
do it live, and then
You
thinking
can, do
of
you can do the live broadcast from Patreon. You can do it directly once you set up an account on Patreon. There's a live stream option there, so you can
cool.
do it live for
Yeah.
patrons only. So that makes it sort of.
get a wee phone number and stuff and all and whatever, and then
Oh,
we're
right,
on-
you mean copy us? You mean do the agony, or is that what you're talking about?
do you think you're the only people that have ever had
yeah.
phone-ins and
We're the only podcast in North that have done the phone-ins.
that's ever done in the north?
It's not copyright to you.
It's alright, you just have to have the technology that we'll rent out to you.
Will you? I rent it.
For a fair price.
For a
mates
fair
rates.
price. Yeah.
Mates rates, that's it.
3 dick pics.
3 dick pics. Just gonna say. And there's no point asking me for boob shot. Me ask Noreen. Babylon. But
got
yeah, do that, and then as you said before, maybe do an actual live show somewhere in town.
Yeah, that could be
You
good
make a
crack,
night
yeah.
of it, I don't know, just go with the flow, like, because we really enjoy doing it. We're getting great
Yeah.
feedback,
Do
so
you
it's
see,
like,
see
yeah.
when it comes to feedback then, do you have a mixed audience, or is it more female listen to you, or is there
No, really
is there
mixed.
No, it is
Yeah,
mixed,
good stuff.
definitely.
really
Nice one.
funny, because there was a man there that emailed us the other day, because we'd said about asking questions or anything questions they wanted. He was like looking at the face and becoming a daddy and all that kind of stuff too.
Deadly,
So
okay.
those kind of things, and no, it's really, really mixed. And that's you're on about some of the weirdos come out, like like on social media, some of
They
the
want to start following you, like, and they.
some of the stuff that they be asking, you're like going, and you just at the end of the day, like
No,
the social
hold on, we need details. What do you mean? What are they asking you?
just things like just constantly, how you doing today?
Oh, right, okay.
They want to like strike up a conversation,
And you're like, you'd be
trying to
like,
slide into your
real good. Are you
DMs.
the real good? Are you enjoying the podcast? Yeah, enjoying the podcast. I was all glad to hear.
See,
Thanks
this
for
even
listening.
that phrase sliding into DMs, I thought it was done to do Doc Martens, but that's Mickey joke.
Yeah.
Is there would that happen? Do you get that a lot?
Not a while up, because I just have a generic thing now to send back. Thanks for contacting We Tippets
Right, okay.
podcast. This, because you do have to say them. But
But even on a personal account, do you get that? No.
I would have, yeah.
I would have, but not now.
Not
Whenever you were in
you're-
heat, you would have got it.
When I was in the heat, I would have got it.
Yeah.
Prime.
Yeah, I do
that's-
kind of still get them, but I just delete now. I don't even respond.
Right.
Because she's off the market now too, you see. Wait.
Oh, she's off the market. No, okay.
She's so smart.
Because that's the thing. So both these are single in regards to the legal terms, but you
And
both,
legal terms,
Yes.
but you're
yeah.
both in relationships.
Yeah, I'm in a relationship
So
now, yeah.
these
No,
are-
I'm not in a relationship. Don't say that.
Would you?
Freak
She's on her.
out.
She's on her honeymoon.
Oh, right. So it's early days.
Just very early days, yes.
How early?
Like a month.
Oh,
6
sweet
weeks.
fuck. Right. Okay. We'll not.
Yeah.
We'll not ruin things by going into more detail.
Don't rip the shit out of me, please.
No.
We'll leave that up to him.
You know what I mean? What do you do? Like, I don't know. If I had have said that, I'd have been over the moon. Bastard. what got me beat me to it. I'm so glad Bartlett's not here. Do you know that? Because this would be
Oh my
a
God.
fucking nightmare. This
I
would
would-
have been. I'd have
Imagine
planted
him
him in the middle of
planted
the
in the
neighbourhood, and he would have been having a fucking field day.
Well, that would be some crack though. In
He would
fairness,
be having a
like.
field day, yeah. But he doesn't like you, so he'll not probably. He'll not.
He doesn't like Kerry. He doesn't,
Doesn't like
me.
people. In general, just yeah. Doesn't
Aw.
like people. Nobody joking.
What if we pet him or like stroke him? Would he like that?
It's probably because the skin would fall off. It probably wouldn't be.
I'd rub the aloe vera in for him.
Don't be telling him I'd marry you.
She give him a masseuse now. Fair
Yeah, these are magic hands.
So that's the other thing. So your background is in beauty
Beauty.
therapy.
Beauty therapy. Yes, it is.
So because that's what I was
20 odd
trying.
years,
I was trying to figure out. You know, we always whenever somebody comes in as a guest and Mickey's not here because he is the deck chair. We always have a furniture seat based
seen that.
name for our
Okay,
guests.
yes. Yeah.
And I was going to do the salon chair, but I didn't know, because obviously it doesn't
Oh,
apply for
but what's
you.
it
But
called,
is there
though?
It's a saddle stool.
a saddle stool?
I sit on a saddle stool.
Yeah.
Right.
Ride him, cowboy.
Now
Yeah.
this is getting fucking weird now. So
Mine's would probably be a commode. I have to pee all the time.
No,
Quite
you're just
annoying.
full of shit.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't come out often enough.
never write
But
that.
yeah,
Never write that down. So that's the saddle, commode, and Yumz this week.
like seriously, like it's
I'm
my-
not the
But
saddle.
you're the same.
Don't call me the saddle.
Yeah, no, that's not the saddle stool. Maybe is that? Or the saddles, the two E's are. No, we're not going to
The
that.
commodes.
Come on, because it's not her, it's me. But I need to pee. Like
She's
joys of
incontinent.
having wains. Like
Well, we might go with the commodes.
well, I don't have to go with the 10 ladies just yet, so I'm not that incontinent. I can hold it, but I gotta go. And I'm not afraid to pee anywhere. To be fair, like
Please.
She's literally not. We went out for a walk. Where were we?
hold
Where
it.
did we go? We went
Where
to
is
Sion
this going
Mills
to go?
or somewhere.
Right. Okay.
And we were like, she's like, I fucking need to pee. I need to pee. I was like, right, I'll do look out.
yeah, but we were walking
Open.
for then. Once I said that, it was still another half an hour walking, and we didn't know where the frig we were, what we were doing.
No.
I was like, I have to squat.
Yeah. So she did drop the togs.
Fair play to you.
Yeah, in
Yeah, hard
between.
a
But
bit.
we got back to the car though. It was in between the two. You open both sides of the doors, and then nobody can really see. And you don't have to squat. You can just sit at the edge of the car too, so you
Yeah.
aren't like splashing yourself. Don't know if you. I had to do that one time on the M1 on the way to Dublin too.
And do you have a docking leaf to wipe yourself with or what? Remember
only
that?
have tissues.
Remember docking leaf was
Here,
the
I
docking,
have-
the
I have
docking leaf
kids.
was the answer to everything back in the day. Yeah.
That was for number
Nettle
2 though.
stings.
Nettle
docking
stings,
leaf.
docking
yeah.
leaf, yeah.
Yeah.
Shite, docking
Docking
leaf.
leaf, yeah. No, we see
Don't even know what a
kids.
docking leaf is.
No,
Can't find them anymore.
yeah, I have a load in my back garden.
Oh, have you?
That didn't seem right.
They grow there now because they know you like to pee outside.
That's what it is. She's fertilizing them.
I know, but here, because you were saying about your friend being caught doing a pee in the street. But is it true, right? Because I was told this by some students, and I was like, "I right," and I actually forgot to Google it. But I'm like,
I like Google
is it?
answer.
It's not illegal if you're caught taking a shit, because it's like a physical need of such.
So's peeing.
I don't know about that, but I know what the actual charge is indecent exposure
For doing a
For doing a
pee.
pee.
for doing a pee because
Aye.
your penis is out. Obviously, I don't
And
know
for
what
a woman?
happens. I don't know what happens for flaps. I'm not too sure.
Well, it depends on the size of them, I suppose. Whether
If they're
nice
on,
and
if they can be seen
if they're
from
hanging there.
if they can be seen from the traffic at the Drumrar Bridge, well,
you
then-
deserve to get fucking. You get a fine.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know what that is, but I know that
Fluttering
that's.
in the wind.
I know that I know about 3 fellas who've been all arrested for peeing in public and usually drunk or whatever.
Yeah,
you know, but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's a
and
different story,
ex-
maybe if they're drunk or like.
Yeah, and decent
but-
exposure is the actual charge that can be
Fucking
put
need to
upon.
pee,
Yeah,
need to
but
pee.
if
I
you need
know.
to pee, yeah. But I don't know. I would assume showing your ass is the same as showing
you'd
your
have to
front.
angle
But
it
then
right,
again,
like,
I don't know
wouldn't
if that was the case. The amount of children to be arrested
Yeah.
for mooning
This
on
is the
buses.
thing.
Oh, well, I done
like-
that before.
You know,
And
they're
the emergency window fell out. Oh, really?
You know a girl who didn't get indecent exposure?
Taking a poo
There you
or
are.
out the
mooning.
window.
Taking a poo or mooning.
Taking
A
a
pee?
pee, right? See, it is actually that's
there you
that's the
go.
actual charge. So I can't imagine they wouldn't charge that for a shit because there should be indecent exposure and littering.
But sure, right.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Go dogs. Dogs
at least
don't
the
get
piss
done.
is
Ah,
washing
you need
away.
to fucking scoop the poop, like.
Aye.
Aye.
There's so many
see
fucking
if we
shit
get to that
bins in the
point where
town.
every human is starting bringing their own poop bag so they can shite in the street and take it with them. I'm checking out. That's
Well,
my
now in
goal.
fairness, you could just hold it yourself directly under your arse, like you wouldn't have to actually pick it up.
That's it.
Like a
You could
dog,
hover
yeah.
like into the bag, yeah.
This is so.
But there-
Anyway.
But there's so many shit bins in the town for
Yeah.
dogs. But
No,
there's
and none for humans.
No normal bins.
There's all these shit bins for dogs and none for humans. What the fuck?
And all the hedges are straight. There's no edges in them that you can hide. Oh, it's a freaking nightmare.
So if you were in Siam Mills and you seen Kerry's flaps, let us know. Send us in a.
No, the car doors were open that way.
Oh, okay, right. So,
I thank God you said the car doors there. I was like, going, oh God, I'm not that bad. Like, 2 of the wings come out of the sunroof, like only 1 come out of the fudge. Jesus.
right. So on that note,
yeah.
I think we might have come to our natural end. I think it's time. Nev, how long have we done there, Nev? So we're going to go and do our questions. So our questions, we asked for questions last night from our patrons.
Oh,
So we have some in here. So we've, some
Must have been
questions. So
present.
this will be good.
What do I mean? Oh, yeah, you sound
Well-
surprised that you got some. Fuck off.
I'm
Oh,
saying
here,
that
before we go anywhere, look.
what?
Well, I know we're not going into questions.
Presents.
I got you to be presents for your next stand-up. You
Oh.
Mickey can twin.
She's merch and everything.
Oh, which camera am I going to? You like it?
Go to this one here. Look at that.
There you are, wee tidbits.
Tidbits.
There you are.
Look at that.
One for you and one for him. He's going to fight over the sizes.
Oh, 3, that's me anyway. I like that one. Snowballs and merch.
Excuse
What's
me.
going
There
on?
you are.
Happy days.
And one more thing. Do you remember you were on our show and you
We
said,
haven't got merch.
have you not?
Well, we did have it. We're fucking useless.
It was Jill Dillon that did it. Do you know, remember the time when you were on our thing and you says that Emer's more than satisfied?
yeah.
Yeah, well, I spoke to Emer.
Oh, did you indeed?
Yeah.
And
I told you it would.
did she clarify?
Well, she says just one wee thing that she wouldn't mind trying out.
Right.
Oh, she was singing your praises though.
She was like,
Oh,
she
okay.
says, I do actually
good.
like my husband.
Good.
And I was
Good.
like, what the fuck?
That does help.
So, yeah, so I brought this in for you.
Right. Okay.
So there, you can have a,
Oh, this is going to be fucking good now.
maybe a
So
What's the guess?
I don't want to tell you what the first guest was.
it's probably the right one.
Oh, lovely.
Just
You see-
She says she wants a bit more vibration.
Good vibration.
Oh, this is for her.
Yeah, well, why?
I thought it was-
No, well, she could
can
use it on
use it on
YouTube.
you.
That's what I thought.
A wee
Oh,
bit of
happy
pagan.
days.
Aye.
Oh,
There
sweet
you are,
lord.
yeah.
Share the love.
Stick that in the little clit boy while you're inside and you should be fucking flying.
Jeez, well, thank you very much.
You're
I don't
welcome,
know
yeah.
if that's... Is it used?
Well, it's not with me, like.
But has it been used with somebody?
Prelove.com.
Prelove.com, yeah.
I think that might just be another decoration, maybe just for the... Put that beside Jesus.
Sorry, Lord.
God forgive me.
Well, that is my first dildo.
There you are now.
Ever?
Yeah, I had a fake fanny one time.
Oh.
Yeah, I got that bought for me as a Secret Santa thing, as a joke. Joke's on them, because fucking wore it out. But I did not know. But yeah, that's my first dildo. Thank you very
yeah,
much.
you're
That's
very
great.
welcome, yeah,
So, we'll see how that goes tonight. So,
Let me know.
Moving swiftly on. Oh, Jesus.
speaking of dick pics, I'll send you a photograph of it up my ass. So,
Plenty of lube.
There'll definitely be a full moon the night.
oh, stop it. Right. Okay, question time then. Right.
Okay.
So, right, first up, what's the most underrated thing about Oma?
Underrated? There's plenty of overrated stuff. Yeah. I know. Underrated would be, do you know the public toilets down the bottom of
Scarf Centre.
Scarf Centre?
Uh-huh.
Them there. They're underrated.
They're, okay, right.
They're well clean, you know.
Are they?
Yeah, they're really well looked after and don't stink and they're underrated. But the only problem is they're not open at night.
Yes,
So
I
maybe
did.
that's why they are in good state.
That's
like.
probably why
maybe,
they
aye.
did, yeah.
You have
gonna
to
say,
pay for them.
Are they better than the bus depot toilets?
Bus depot toilets aren't too bad.
They've-
the
they've
last time I was
improved,
on,
in
yeah.
fairness,
No,
now
but
over
yeah, a
the
lot
last
better.
while.
A lot better.
That's excellent. So, toilets.
Underrated, I don't know.
See?
What would you think's underrated?
Bodily
Nora?
functions. It all comes back
That's all
to
comes back to
fucking
bodily
toilets.
functions. It all comes back to the fluids.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Underrated.
Underrated. I don't know.
The
well,
boating lake.
The boating lake. Has it ever had a boat?
Never.
Never.
Yeah, I was in a canoe in it.
Were you?
When we were younger, you went down there and you did canoe
That's
training.
what it's initially for. Is
That's
to
what
train people
originally
to,
for.
to canoe and all that sort of stuff.
But then
so
as you get
safely,
older, but there's too much glass and things and all
Yeah.
in it now.
Rubbish.
It was actually safer to go up to the lakes than than go to the boating lake because it was full of fucking
Fight
buckfast
your way through
bottles.
the rushes.
I think the creativity in Oma is highly underrated.
Well, I was thinking there is a lot of talent in Oma.
There's a lot of music and drama and acting and directing and everything.
Going on.
Oma and the surrounding districts.
Yeah.
I should
Yes.
say, yeah.
Do you think it's because like people don't really like to boast about themselves or up themselves a lot, and then other
Feel we're
people?
quite modest.
Yeah. Do you think that? Do you think that's why? Like,
Yeah, there's definitely an Irish thing in general of
yeah,
like
we're not all Americans and all. Like,
yeah,
woo, we're
yeah,
amazing.
We're so cool and we're so good. So
Yeah.
nobody wants to get above their station.
Aye, that's what I mean.
So,
Like,
yeah.
So I think that could be a reason why.
So
But there's so much talent. Like,
But they undersell themselves in that
Yeah,
sense, you know, and
that's
that's
what
the
I
thing.
mean,
But yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Somebody told me one time that there's a psychological thing about Oma is that we're also manic depressive because we live in a valley and psychologically it feels like there's no escape. And I was
We're
like,
stuck.
I never thought of that before.
right now. So every time you come in Noma, it's fucking raining.
But I don't know. I think that there's a lot of like definitely underrated musicians in a way
Yeah.
in Oma, like that definitely had more praise than they have ever got. I don't know what else. I mean, the traffic is underrated. Like we have the best traffic in the north. Like when you need to, like we have the best traffic.
Yeah.
If traffic is, like cannot fucking move and annoys the life out of you, we have the best.
We've,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we've got it.
We have it.
We've
We
down
have
to
it.
fine art
best
there.
car parks.
Yeah.
Biggest car parks.
We
in the
have
north.
we have the traffic down to a fine art these days.
Yeah.
Like we're so proud of it. Right. Oh fuck! I don't know if I should ask this question. What's the most embarrassing thing from your childhood?
Oh my god. Which one to pick?
I don't really have anything embarrassing, but it probably has to do with bodily functions again.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, when you were only wee in school, primary school, that one. Nah, that would be
literally
embarrassing.
we or poo.
Poo.
Oh, right. Okay.
I did poo myself at
Hey, listen, happens.
Mode.
at school, yeah, and it is ingrained on my
Yeah.
memory forever.
In your arse.
I did shower this morning. You're all right.
Since P4.
Yeah, I think it was around P4 time.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
It was the teacher's fault. She wouldn't let me out to the toilet, and I was like,
Oh my
really
god.
need
Yeah.
to go to the fucking toilet. I didn't curse when I was 4, by the way.
No.
In P4. Yeah.
That would have been that's horrific.
And it was like the wee wooden chairs.
Oh, lovely.
And it, when they get damp or wet and it started to smell a wee bit.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
we got.
Yeah.
So you shot yourself.
Well, mine probably was whenever we were about 14 or 15, me and my best friend were like, right, we need funds to go to the Grange Park.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Halloween time. I thought we'll dress up because all the kids are getting money now instead of sweets. So we put on white sheets, from here down, and then covered our faces in pseudo-cream. And we were saying we're
Whose
white.
bright idea was that? Like,
Hers. We're saying we're white
you
nuns.
can't blame her anyway.
So we were walking through my park to get to a park that neither of us lived in, and on the way met a crowd of fellas that were sort of like, the cool fellas then, and one of them was like, "Oh, that's such and such," and she was like, "Get the fuck out, calling me that name, I'm not." And one of them went to grab her thing, and she went to kick, and her shoe came flying off. So we ran, and as soon as we got away around the corner, we jumped in the bushes to hide, But they were shouting our names, and you rightly who we were, so we were mortified. And Nicola lost the shoe, and it was her sister's fucking good shoes. She got battered when she got home. So yeah, stupid stuff like that, or like
Yeah, being shown
jumping
up in
on
front of boys
yeah,
or something.
jumping
like
on the back of a fire engine, and then the next thing the sirens go off and they're flying, and I decide to jump off and do like a big stunt roll, not on purpose. It was like for ages, and then it stopped like 10 meters down the road. And Nicola just jumped off. So yeah, just stupid stuff like that.
There's a common theme here between
Yeah,
your embarrassing things.
Or like going out for a night in Dublin in your
Brilliant.
late 30s and being picture toilet roll hanging out of your knickers.
It's supposed to be your childhood, like, you know what I mean? But
But yeah, those childhood kind of things. I wasn't a wild bad child, you know.
No, I wouldn't say there was really much that embarrassed me. Like,
I'll just move on. I'll not answer that one.
No, you know a few of yours already.
Yeah, I have a long list of stuff.
Tissues.
Right. If gravy stuff and chip is an Oma thing, does that make Mars bar and apple sandwiches a Belfast thing, or sausage roll filled baguettes? I'd never heard of either before moving to Belfast and thought people were taking the piss.
Sausage roll full baguettes.
Yeah, so apparently that is is it a sausage bap they call it? So it's basically a roll with 2 sausage rolls in it.
I've
I
never
know.
had
Holy
that.
shit, you need a wild lot of sauce and that to get through that. Your mouth would be
It's
dry.
so dry, yeah.
And then you
and
wouldn't taste
butter.
it for
Do you
the...
have to put
And this
butter
came
on it?
from the conversation where I thought chip gravy stuffing was universal.
Yes, me too.
And it's not.
It's not?
It's only their own thing, and people in Belfast
But in the
don't.
north of England and stuff,
Peas?
is it not a big thing?
Is there peas? Chip
Well, normally chip pea gravy stuffing. Sorry, I don't take peas.
Yeah,
but
I
yeah.
don't take the peas
Yeah.
either. Ugh.
Yeah. So, but like the amount of people that slag me off in Belfast going, "You put
my God.
stuffing on bread on chips," and I'm like,
Yeah.
And they're like Herbie bread on chips, and I'm
Where
like,
they put fucking
Yeah.
pastry in a baguette.
pastry in a baguette or
Apples?
Mars bar and apple sandwiches. I was
I
in,
could see how that works.
I was
actually,
in
to be
Derry
fair.
on Friday night doing the last show on Murphy, and parked out the back of the Millennium Forum, and there's a bingo hall just opposite it. So I was sitting in the car getting ready, and I could hear this woman giving a recipe to another woman, and the other one going, "Get the fuck! I wouldn't try that." And it was thinly sliced apple. So she was doing step by step. So you get your bread, you get your butter, thinly sliced apple, cheese and onion crisps. Fucking game changer, I'm telling you. And I'm
That
sitting
I would
going,
do.
and I'm going, fuck, I don't know. Do you know what? The fruit, the cheese, and all that crack. I think a cheese. I was like,
Well,
maybe
yeah,
it
would
might
Like,
work.
you know,
Cheese
like a
and
cheese
onion.
board, like
Yeah.
type
That's what I
thing.
thought.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I thought
that would be
the Derry
nice.
woman might be on it. Now, as for the Mars bar and apple sandwiches, I have tried them, and they're rank.
Are they? I didn't even know it was a thing.
Oh, yeah, it was about years ago. It was rotten.
Like,
See, I
is it
just- I
battered
just
Mars
love-
bars?
No, it's just sliced Mars bar.
So it's not even melted or nothing?
No.
I love bread and butter, just. Like,
Yeah.
but it has to be real butter.
Oh, yeah.
Only
I've only
with
been
like a
converted
baguette or
back over
something, not
to
normal
real butter
bread.
recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to be like margarine type
Oh,
thing for
no,
years.
no.
Now it's back to, yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be
It
real.
has to be the real salted.
So yes, and the people keep annoying me. I still haven't had a pasty. Sorry, I haven't tried a pasty.
Pasties in England. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
So apparently
when I
chippies
moved
in
to-
Belfast, the pasties are a common
Oh,
thing.
really?
But
Oh, no,
here
hold
we
on
don't
now.
do pasty.
Is a pasty?
Not what you're
Not
thinking
Cornish
of.
pasty.
Not a Cornish pasty.
Oh,
no.
the breadcrumbed things that are deep fried. No,
Yes.
them.
What?
No,
What's them?
didn't like them. Now
What are
it's
they?
just like it's like all your pasty spuds and bits and all mashed up and then put into a patty and breadcrumbed and deep fried.
No, I've never had that.
I've had that. Didn't like that. But Cornish pasties.
All right.
That's like an actual
Divine.
pie. Pasty.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah, I've had them, but I just haven't had this.
Like I put on 2 stone when I moved to England that time.
The people listening just can't believe I've never had one, and I'm like, it's not a thing down here. It's kind of like they
No,
didn't understand the chip gravy
aye.
stuff, and it's just
Yeah.
a thing.
It's like box day. You don't really hear of that. Really, it's more down the south. Box day.
No.
So apparently, I have to go, and somebody's gonna treat me to one in Belfast someday.
Yeah, you are now.
Right, nice guys finish last. Discuss.
You're a nice guy.
I don't last that long normally.
Oh, is that what we're talking
I'm only
about?
joking. No.
That kind of
No.
finishing?
No, I think it genuinely means that that being a
I
nice
don't-
guy is not a good thing.
I don't
No.
agree with that.
I don't agree with that
No.
anymore.
Is that an age thing? But do you find that the more experience you have, you realize what's important, as opposed to being younger,
Your
where you think, oh, the bad
priorities.
boys are the ones to be. You know what I mean? Is there something that comes in?
I just
Your
think that
priorities
you weren't.
change.
Like, would
Word-
you have been
you
in the
weren't
bad
worldly
boys?
and-
Like, would a bad boy have been a? I don't mean bad. I mean, fucking bad boys are just they
I'd
weren't
have
actual
been
criminals or
more of
anything.
an
But just
attraction.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like if a fella has a bit of like, and I think it's the same for fellas, if they're confident, have a bit of an attitude, and whatever.
Just a bit of like
Yeah, but being
oomph
no,
or like not someone who's doer and
Yeah.
like no crack or nothing like that.
Yeah.
it's like
That wouldn't appeal to me. But there's somebody for everybody.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I do
Yeah,
believe
no.
that.
But I think in
Yeah.
general, the guys, the question is more or less,
nice guy. I don't
are
think
the nice
so.
guys finishing last?
No,
I don't. I
no,
think them
no.
days are gone. I think that's.
I think they're well, and I think it's because like women as well and men both like they were like have sort of like want that respect. Do you know what I mean? So it's okay. Like have a bit of manners, open a door, whatever. Because all those shrivelly things are
But it's not
shrivelly.
just guys.
Chivalrous.
Shrivelly.
What did you say?
Shrivelly.
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 Talking
Come
about
out
my
totally
cock here.
wrong. That's why I looked at you going shrivelly. Little
But
bully.
it's not just fellas. Like there's nice girls too out there, and it works both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think so. I don't think they'll finish last. Definitely not. If anything, I would prefer to have somebody with a bit of manners and be nice and stuff than a dick.
As my mother said,
Not literally, but
manners
more so.
are easily carried.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
they're free.
And yeah, cost you nothing.
Yeah.
We were brought up. Our ma was very independent in that sense, and very forward, you know, and very
Thinking,
politically
yeah.
minded and all that sort of stuff. And she definitely wore the trousers in our. Well, I used to say my dad wore the trousers in our house, but that's only because my ma bought them, paid for them, and told him when to wear them.
That's
Good
exactly
woman.
the
Good
way it
woman.
works.
But
yeah.
you know, but she always would have. We used to slag her because she would always say to us, "Well, I'm going to train you to be a good husband."
Yeah.
So she would have had us fucking cleaning and doing, and we're like, "No, you're just a lazy bitch, man." That's what
No, it's not. It's so
but it
true, like-
genuinely made a difference, and we all can cook, we all clean and iron and all them
That's
things,
it,
and that's.
yeah.
But that is down to then
the way you're brought up.
the pressure is on the mums then to teach that to
Yeah.
sons and
Yeah.
not do it all for them, and fucking because I know a lot of lads to this day who are my age who still don't know how to fucking boil an egg.
Aye, they're still
No.
tied
Do
to
you know
the
they
apron
don't know?
strings.
They still they may have got married, but they just married their a mini mum
No.
who does all
See,
the stuff
that's-
for them,
no,
and I
that's a
just
big
I
no.
can't.
That's
I
not
can't
appealing
understand.
at all.
I can't understand, and I have no respect for any man who can't feed themselves. I don't know, because maybe it's just because I'm fat and I love food. I just don't understand how you couldn't.
Couldn't
Feed
rustle
yourself.
up
I think
something.
if your wife was to leave for a month on a desert island, like you couldn't figure out how to fucking eat without going to takeaway.
Take away.
Yeah.
Do you know, like how the fuck could you not go and just cook
Yeah.
fucking bacon and eggs? Like, it's so,
it,
I
it's
don't know.
simple.
So-
Simple
Yeah.
things, like, it's not
Yeah.
difficult.
That's
Like,
what I'm not like.
but you see, that's the thing is, like, 'cause I'm a home economics teacher, but it's only really become.
So you're not really a teacher then?
That's my second subject, you wanker. But it's like it only actually came compulsory in Northern Ireland schools in and around 2009.
Life
Right.
skills.
Do you know what I mean?
The life
So
skills stuff,
the life
right.
skills, learning for life and work.
Do you know
came
where I
under that
learned
umbrella.
some life skills too? And actually, the very first time I realised that I had learned more than somebody my age had learned was Cub Scouts.
Yeah.
Remember the Cub Scouts run? What was it
Yes.
before? Beavers. Remember those beavers? I've always wanted to be in beavers, right? From a very young age, but I wasn't allowed in beavers, right? So I made it to the next levels. I think when you got to, was it P3 or P4, you were allowed into Cub Scouts.
Right.
But before that was beavers.
right.
And there was the Girl Guides, and then there was the Briginis. Am I right
Yeah,
now?
yeah,
Briginis,
yeah. They wore the brown, like, kind of uniforms.
brown
and
uniform,
stuff.
yeah. But I remember one of the beavers, one of their tasks to get a badge was to butter a slice of bread. Right?
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, going, does people not know how to butter
No.
bread?
No.
Do you know, at that
So
young
what
age,
age- what
I'm
age
talking,
you
I was
talking about?
P4 maybe or
Right.
something. And I remember that it really was an eye-opener to me going, oh my God, there's
I
people
was,
only a
busy-
year younger than me who don't know how to butter a slice of bread. And I'm like,
I was busy shitting myself at school and you were buttering bread.
here, Joe's.
Butter sugar sandwiches
sugar
were
sandwiches, all that.
oh no, couldn't.
But you know, there was them simple life, and then we went on to like. I mean, I remember doing the Cub Scouts. You were doing like sewing and stuff. You were
Yeah.
doing like
What?
different. You
Yeah.
would try. You had badges for different things, and they were all. And they were skills you carried with you forever.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'm not sewing at the moment. Like,
I know, but if you had
I still,
holes somewhere, you
I
would-
used to darn socks. I used to be able to do all that
Yeah.
sort of shit. You know, but that you couldn't
My wee
tell them
boy,
what
actually, just today, I walked in and Mummy was sewing his wee school T-shirt.
Right.
And she's like, "Did you know that hole has been in it since he started?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, he took me by the hand and he's like, "Look, Mummy, Granny's sewing." I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I know.
It's-
Granny's a
Why can you
great
not
sewer.
sew?
I could if I really needed to, like sew a
Yeah.
button or something." And he's like, "I wish you could sew, Mummy."
Emer has taken on. My wife is now sewing, which is great because
Yeah.
my grandmother was a dressmaker,
Oh yeah.
and when she passed, like she.
Oh,
it's
so
a
Emer could do alterations now.
Well, that's why I'm saying to her. I was like, oh, well, I've got a fucking business for you if you ever finish hairdressing. But she has started. She went on a course and she got a machine and all
class.
that crack, you know. But in our house, and like it was. Teresa was my granny was fucking
Yeah,
constantly
yeah.
making dresses and the amount of formal. She probably made her formal. I remember
Yeah.
formal dresses being made. I remember Nicola Howe actually getting her formal dress made.
Probably, yeah.
And I remember trying to find my granny's diary to find what night was Nicola coming. so I could accidentally just walk into my granny and go, oh, Nicola, you here? Trying at a wedding. trying on a formal dress? What's the chances of that? Oh my God. And Teresa fucking New Riley should get you out of here.
Yeah, because as if Nicola wasn't approachable normally anyway. Like, Jesus
But
Christ.
when were you going to see her in a formal dress?
Well, true that.
I wasn't in the changing room, by the way. Just to point that out.
Just
He
to
had a wee
clarify.
hole drilled in the wall from his
just-
bunk bed,
I
and
was
the
just-
tissues all down there.
Yeah, I was just touching myself during the model catwalk thing. But that dressmaking thing, whenever obviously my granny passed away, then we realised as an entire family going, holy
Nobody
fuck,
has-
there's nobody has learnt that skill or took it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody, we all have a fair idea, like, because you were just surrounded by threads and surrounded by patterns and different materials and stuff, so you have a fair idea of the basics.
Yeah.
But nobody
Actually
actually kept
doing
the
the
skill,
skill of
and
it.
like it's
is
a
such a
sad
s-
thing that's
yeah.
going to die out, and that's why I was glad when Emer took it on.
There's a lot of that though. I think with dying traditions and that.
Yeah, it's sad
From
to see.
older
like, yeah.
generations, it is sad. Yeah.
Definitely is.
So yes, we may be opening an alteration shop.
Okay,
If
yeah.
I'd have been more working day and night if I could. Right. Evening, Connor. Evening, ladies. Evening, morning. Since having the better half of Mickey Bartlett on your podcast, has there been an increase in listeners? Connor, how much do you miss him and his little rants? Thanks.
I thought that was you actually just meshed that in for the first part until you read the second part.
Since having the better half. Oh, right. Okay. Since
Yeah,
having
yeah.
the better half.
Having you, you're the
Yeah.
better half.
Has there been an increase in listeners?
Yeah, there has been actually, yeah.
And how much do I miss? I do miss. Well, I'm going to say, Philip, it's not so much that I miss his rants because I'm getting them every other night.
Yeah, I'm sure he's still keeping you.
on FaceTime. And the last one, he probably doesn't remember that he did it. Let's just say what state that was. Because I was looking, I was like, Mickey, is that 6:30 in the morning over there? And he went, yep. I went, okay, see you later.
Bye.
Yeah, fucking steaming.
Fair play. Why not?
Scruffies.
Fucking disaster, man. Right, who are the ladies' favourite comedians besides Yumz, of course?
Oh, what do you
You're
think?
going to have to say Mickey. You're going to have to say
I
Mickey.
don't. I like Des Bishop.
No, I said comedians. Sorry, I'm being catty. Sorry. Actually, Des was very good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
I
Des.
do
Yeah.
like him now. In fairness,
Kerry?
he's a bit easy on the eye too. Like.
Rock comedy, not
Yeah. I don't know. Well, you
Tragedy.
see, there's different ones, right? So if you're talking like worldwide or whatever, I really like Amy Schumer.
yeah.
I like her. Always loved, and I have Billy Connolly.
Of course.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Billy, like that one about the joke about the extra skin on the elbow.
elbow,
Remember
yeah.
that one? And then sort of like locally or around here, obviously it sort of would be a toss up between Mickey and Colin, I'd say.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
After you-
What do you
look,
call
I'm
it?
not allowed
Like
to include you,
why
obviously.
He's
Naturally.
on that TV show.
Oh, what do you call your man who's on that TV show? Brilliant.
Such a saying, isn't it? Like your man. What do you call that one? He's from. Is he from Dundalk? Or no?
What's this? Quack quack.
He's Southern anyway.
Keep going. What type of TV show is it?
The one with all the comedians.
A panel show?
Yeah. What do you call that show?
Which one?
In
Blame
England?
Game.
Blame Game? Yes. Neil Delaware?
Yes, I like him.
There we go. We got there.
Likes him enough to remember his name.
Yeah. Yeah, Neil's fantastic, actually.
Yeah, he's
if you get a chance to go and see that in action, yeah. Neil
Yeah.
is
I went to see
superb.
Michael McIntyre. He
Oh,
was
right, okay.
He was pretty good.
Was it good too? Yeah.
I'm-
Where was that? In Odyssey?
In Belfast, yeah.
Or
mhm.
SSE Arena, you have to say now.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Very good. Thank you very much. Right, next up, Leisha. Shout out to Leisha. What's happening? Been told this morning that I snore like an owl Scania. What's the most embarrassing reveal you've been told about yourself that you've otherwise been unaware of?
Is that my partner? Is that my boyfriend?
You snore
Fucking,
like a
I just
Scania.
sleep in a different room last night. I was snoring that much. Embarrassing things to be said about you.
No, most embarrassing reveal you've been told about yourself that you
didn't know?
otherwise you didn't know about.
There's nothing I don't know about myself.
Okay.
Me?
I'm very in tune with myself.
You've explored yourself in
yeah.
depth.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me? No,
All-
I don't think I've.
Orifices.
All of them?
All of them.
Counting how many?
Aye.
1, 2, 3, 4,
all
5,
7?
6, 7, aye.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
8.
No, I don't. Not really. Why? Is there anything you want to tell us?
No, this was the question here. But
But that's what I'm saying. Do you want to embarrass us?
no.
No, I don't think. Well, maybe like would have talked him asleep a lot. And that
You say
could have been
that's-
a problem. Thankfully, as years gone on, that's sort of
You
Sorry,
could,
at the
you could
time.
reveal some deep, dark secrets
Yeah.
in your sleep.
Yeah, I snore like fucking train. Like, I mean, I'm
Fuck.
brutal. I like sleep apnea thing. Like, it's
Yeah.
just really bad. Like,
My son says my breath smells in the morning, like, but sure,
Mm.
so does everybody.
everybody's got the horse
Yeah.
breath in the morning.
Aye.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking don't lie so close then.
Get
Get out of my
away
fucking
from me.
bed, maybe.
Personal space.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think anything else I've been told that I wasn't aware of. I'm trying to think. It's usually going to be Emer's going to tell me.
like, how can you not be aware? Like, sleeping, obviously, you're not aware of things you do in your sleep. Like,
Well, sleepwalking and pissing is a thing that happens to me
yeah.
if I have an
go
awful
piss in
lot
a
of
cupboard?
drink. Yeah, I pissed in the chest of drawers after the last agony hour.
fuck.
That's Mickey's fault. His 34th birthday.
What drawer
2
was
years
it?
ago. I think it was the second drawer down. So,
what was it at? What was in it?
Ruby socks, I think. If I
You
remember
couldn't
correctly.
reach the top one?
Yeah, I couldn't reach the top one. No, not a chance.
No, well, I suppose like the only other thing is too is like it's just when you're farting in your sleep, like. Cause if I go out for a night, cause I retouch IBS, right, and
Right,
if
okay.
I drink too much beer, or eat too much like creamy or fatty foods, oh my god, like I would be, like,
Stinking.
I've had to not stinking bastard. I sore tummy, like I'd have to go
Yeah.
home, like I literally, partly then that's because of gallstones or something, which I don't know, but
Don't have a gallbladder.
you literally have to. I'd have to curl up on a ball to release so that it's not painful. But then when I fall asleep, obviously, because my body's relaxed, I've woke myself up a few times with it. Like,
Oh my God.
because
Have you ever had?
I haven't shut
So
myself. But
you farted, woke yourself. I'm going, somebody in the house.
yeah. And then I left
Your
the
partner's
quilt-
like, no,
Then I
it's
left the quilt
it's
and I'm
just
like,
your-
oh, right, okay.
It's just your hole. Oh, you check for Dutch ovens. You lift it up. And
I
just,
fucking love doing that.
Have you ever had
You
a
have
colon
blanket over
massage?
a what massage?
A colon
Colon
massage.
massage.
A cola massage.
I like
Colon.
Yeah,
after
as
getting
in-
the
Yeah.
As in
chronic
your colon.
irrigation.
You've had
while
that.
you're getting the chronic irrigation.
Oh,
yeah.
aye.
Aye.
That's I used to do that as a treatment for
That doesn't sound like much of a treat.
people to release like any like stagnant things in
Oh,
their,
like fucking 6-year-old farts that are hiding in there that haven't come out.
honest to God.
Or a 10-year-old steak.
I fucking love it. Hearing the fucking wind moving and somebody and then it all
You
coming
keep
out.
moving this hand movement. I know people listening
Well,
won't
you
see
see, you
this,
have to do it
but
in a clockwise
if you're
direction
watching,
'cause that's the
what do you?
direction you're-
Where's your hand? Is it
fucking
inside?
on their
Right.
tummy.
On your tummy?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone
Yeah.
up there. She's
thought-
take wrong.
I think, where's the colon? I was like, that's fucking
Slip the glove
shit
on
up
there.
there.
Past
aye.
the anus.
Because you
It's
said
on up.
colonic irrigation. I was like,
Oh, I've had that done, I.
I know, but she said colonic, so I thought you were up there too to get
Oh
that.
no.
Okay.
That's
No,
the
actually
fucking weirdest
just on their
sensation
tummy,
ever.
but you can like feel
Yeah.
the particles all moving around.
You learn that
And
in
then-
baby massage too.
Yeah, and then whenever they get to the part where it's down near the rectum, farts just be flying out of them.
Does it not be stinking?
No, it doesn't even.
But if
Really.
it's stagnant, it's not be rotten.
No. Well, some yeah, people are just stinking
Yeah.
in general.
True,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, there
Wow.
you are now. I learn
There
something
you
new
are.
every day.
So if you ever go to...
If you ever need a
if you ever go to a beauty therapist and wonder why they're wearing a mask, that's why.
if you
COVID. Was it your
If you
rotten?
ever need a bowel movement, or you're a bit
keep doing this
constipated,
fucking
I know,
movement
I
all the time. I'm going, where's the hand now? What's happening?
know. Wax on, wax off.
Oh, okay. So it's too much information. Right, came across your cover of... Oh, okay, right. Came across your cover of Bob Dylan, You Ain't Going Nowhere. You've got a brilliant voice, Yumz. Good on the guitar as well. Would you think about doing more covers or maybe even the original? No. Right, so next up, do you ladies think Connor should have his own ASMR channel? None of that eating food or role-playing shit. Just talking, reading, or telling stories. I'd love to see Connor have more followers for his ASMR than Mickey does for his comedy. I'd pay to see Mick's reaction.
ASMR.
Yeah, do you know the...
Like the talking.
Yeah.
Oh, and your dulcet tones.
So, yeah, everybody thinks
I
have
did say
the-
to you, like, you've good
Yeah, everybody
Good
thinks I should
tones
be
for
on.
that.
I should be on cam, reading stories, but
stories. Like CBBC's story
it's,
type.
yeah,
thing,
it's nice. It's nice
Yeah.
having like dulcet tones and a
Yeah.
deep voice, but it's the Tyrone accent that comes with it. It doesn't.
But I'm sure
doesn't
you could
sell
put
it.
on
Kinda kills it off there a bit.
CBBS aren't really looking for that nice wee sharp Oma accent.
But I'm
Yeah.
sure you could like put on a wee accent or.
I could
tone her
do,
down,
yeah,
you could,
yeah, and it's dirty talk's good.
Oh,
You have a
I'd
deep
say
voice.
some
You have a
Barry
deep voice for that.
White.
Like, yeah, you can do the Barry White one.
Let's
But
The first thing you said to me whenever I spoke to a microphone is, What did you say to me?
What did I say to you?
That I've got a very come to bed voice.
Yes, you have. You should definitely do doing phone sex.
Yeah.
Well, don't laugh, Jared. Just
At least I'm not the one that fucking snorts
It's
and
the last thing you
has
want
a
to hear.
hyena cackle laugh.
It's the last thing you want to hear when you're ringing up for phone sex is the woman laughing at you. So,
That's so true.
Okay.
not that I ring up too often, but just point that out. Them days are gone. So, right, ladies, thank you very much for coming along. That's
Thank
been
you
our
for having
questions. If you want to see yourselves live, that'll be coming soon, hopefully. Yes, live
Yes,
show.
yes.
Hopefully.
Oh, us?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
okay. I was like, what are you on about? Seeing
You-
us live now.
You'll let people know.
Oh, yeah,
dates
of
up, all
course,
that sort
yeah,
of stuff.
yeah.
Well, it's only in the ideas stage at the moment, so.
Okay, and if you want to listen to
Infancy.
the episodes, go to Wee Titbits on is it on all platforms?
everything, all
Yes,
platforms,
on Spotify
yeah.
and Apple and all that sort of stuff.
And any questions, you can get us on social media or
Questions.
on wetipbits@gmail.com.
Sure, look at that, the whole thing.
whole shebang.
Tickets are flying
Spiel.
out. We've very few left from Mandela Hall, so please get your tickets in before the 20th. We will be joined by Aaron McCann and Mark McCarney on the night, so that's going to be fucking mental. Hopefully not as bad as the last one. I don't know if we're going to be that drunk, but we probably will be.
We should go.
We then
Yeah.
have...
McCarney Army.
McCarney Army will be there. So then we Mickey is back on the 19th of May, I think. So we've another couple of
Yeah.
guests. We'll not reveal who they are until, as always, the night before.
They're not as good as us.
Nobody could be as good as
Here,
this
like,
double
just-
header that we had today.
Can't compare, like.
I don't know if any other comedian has mentioned as many bodily fluids as we've had in this one session, but
Yeah.
I think we might hold the record now.
I did say there's nothing that was off limits, like.
You did say that, and I didn't think you were going to hold us to that, but you did. So thanks very much. As always, thanks very much for listening. Like and share, and give us a wee review on Apple or a wee star, 5 stars
Yeah.
on Spotify. The 4-star and below doesn't work. Don't know what's wrong with it. It's only 5. It's only one that works. So,
That's it. So true.
and if you're not a patron, why not?
yeah.
Yes.
Be a patron.
You
Hurry
should
up.
because like the videos and stuff are hilarious.
You need to
like,
see the videos, and you
Yeah.
need to see if you want to see the beautiful faces on this episode,
especially this episode.
Yes.
Like to be fair.
For this episode alone.
you need to see it.
Yeah.
So you have to sign up and come in. Ladies, thank you very much for joining us. Kerry, Noreen, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
See you all next week. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't know where I'm looking, but hey. Bye.